I'm going to show you how to make a roll cake. So this is a fresher, lighter version of the classic Swiss roll. I'll show you how to get that perfect roll without it cracking. You don't need to roll it while it's still hot. I'll show you how to get that perfect circle and maintain it without it flattening or unraveling. It's really simple to do, but it looks really beautiful. It looks really fresh. You can vary it in so many ways. You can make it really fun and colourful. You can use so many different fruits, seasonal fruits. You can really go to town, make it as you like. Firstly, let's make this really tender, soft sponge. To your egg whites, add a pinch of salt, a tiny squeeze of lemon juice, and start whisking on a low speed. Once it becomes thick and foamy like this, sprinkle in about a third of your sugar. After a minute or so, sprinkle in the next third, and then the final third after another minute or so. You can then increase the speed to medium or high and keep whisking until you get to the stage of firm peaks. You don't want them to be very stiff peaks, just firm so that when you pick the whisk up they flop down just very slightly. You're then going to whisk together your sugar and egg yolks just until they're nicely combined. Add in your room temperature milk, vegetable oil, vanilla extract, and finally your sifted flour and corn flour. You're then just going to keep whisking until it gets to a nice smooth stage. You're then going to fold your meringue into your egg yolk mixture, about a third at a time. If you beat your egg whites for a little bit too long, you may find it a little tricky to fold through. In this case, just use a wire whisk instead of a spatula and carefully fold it in using the usual folding motion. Then line your tray with a piece of baking paper, pour in your mixture, and level it out nice and gently, taking care not to deflate your batter by pressing down too much. Into the oven, and as soon as you remove it from the oven, cover it with a piece of cling film. This is going to keep the moisture in whilst it cools, so that we can then roll it without it cracking. Then turn it upside down onto a wire cooling rack and gently peel off the baking paper. Then put it straight back on, tuck it underneath at the edges if you can so that it's all nicely covered, and leave it to cool. So once it's completely cool, remove the cling film and then trim off the two long edges with a large serrated knife. I just wanted to show you here a little optional step, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't do, and that's to gently peel off that sort of skin that forms on the top, so that when you roll it, you can't see a little dark rim on the inside. You're then ready to make the Chantilly Cream filling. You'll find a separate video linked below where I go into detail about this, but essentially you need to whisk your cream on a low speed. As soon as you see these faint little trails being left in the cream, you're ready to add in your sifted powdered sugar. And then you can turn up the speed to medium or high and keep whisking until it's nice and firm. Hopefully you can see here the consistency we're looking for, so it really holds its shape nicely, but it's not over beaten. At this stage, just add in your vanilla bean paste or extract and whisk again just for a second until it's incorporated, and then you're done. Then place your sponge on top of a large piece of cling film and then spoon your cream onto the sponge in a line running along the center, making sure to leave a little gap at both edges. Then pick up your nearest edge, pull it over the top so that it meets the edge of the other side, pull it back slightly making sure the cream is all contained inside, and then roll it over. So try to make sure at this point that it's nice and even, and you're going to finish with that seam running along the bottom. Then just pick up your cling film and you're going to wrap it nice and firmly, nice and tightly so that it will maintain its nice circular shape. Then twist the cling film at the two ends. If you find it doesn't feel firm enough, it doesn't feel secure or tight enough to maintain its shape, then just wrap it in a second piece of cling film like I've done here. And then just put it into the fridge to set for at least 4 to 6 hours, again making sure that that seam is sitting along the bottom. Then once it's set for long enough in the fridge, slice off each end and it's ready to serve and enjoy. So my favourite variation is to add a touch of red colouring to the egg whites once they reach firm peaks. Then add some rose water along with the vanilla extract and some fresh raspberries to the Chantilly cream. Alternatively, I like to add some flavoursome fresh peach or mango to the Chantilly cream, and then scrape over the seeds and juice of passion fruit. For a beautiful cardamom version, just grind the seeds and fold them into the cream. And for a chocolate roll, just sift some cocoa powder into your flour. These are so soft and delicate. I really hope you'll try them. Thank you for watching.